I should have known you were the one behind this rubbish.
What did you say?
I should have known that you are the one behind this rubbish.
What did you say? How dare you? By the time I am done with you, you regret ever crossing my path. Let me have the gun.
What do you intend to achieve with this, Festus?
You will find out. Gona, you will find out by the time I'm done with you. So let me have the gun.
Not until you tell us why you ask us to bring him.
Are you indirectly saying no to me?
If that's how you say it, then so be it.
I am going to ask you for the last time. Let me have the gun.
No, no. We've respected you enough. We've practically done everything you asked us to do without questions. But this time, we need you to answer our questions. Why did we bring him?
This bastard is standing on my way. This idiot is standing on my way and I need him out. Let me have the gun, now.
I don't think so.
Why am I even arguing with you people when I have a better means of killing this idiot?
Drop the knife.
I don't take orders from you. And as for you, say me hello to the devil when you get to hell.
You know where you are?
This is Nollywood Pictures TV.
What? Calm down. Just calm down, babe. Calm down. Are you okay?
I had a very bad dream.
Another bad dream?
Yes. And this time it was so real.
Oh. What happened in it?
You were kidnapped and taken away.
By who?
Some masked men. They kidnapped you and took you to Festus.
Festus. What later happened?
He was very angry. He made to kill you, but thankfully the masked men shot him down.
That's good. That's a good one. That means I have victory. Okay?
No, this is so scary, baby. You really need to be very careful. Festus considers you his enemy and he will go to any length to terminate you. I don't want anything to happen to you, please.
Nothing will happen to you. Okay?
Elders and council, I greet you one more time. I know you will be wondering why I called another meeting. Suddenly, after the meeting we had 2 days ago.
Exactly, my king. I hope all is well.
All is well. I actually called us because some government officials came here this morning. They came to give us our kingdom share for the quarterly share of the revenue allocation of the state.
That's the good news.
As you all know, this is the last quarter of the year, so they came to give us our share for the last quarter.
Yeah. That's good.
Igwe, honestly, this particular government, seems to be sincere, unlike what we passed through in the hands of the previous government.
Yeah. Of course, when a good man is in charge, the people rejoice.
Yes.
The man who is in charge of government now understands that the communities who are directly contributing to the revenue should equally be part of the sharing of that same revenue. Yes. And that is why I respect him so much.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes. Your Majesty, how much did they come up with this time around?
Oh no, you won't believe it. 400 million naira.
That's good.
That is very good.
Very good.
So they added 300 million from what they normally give to us quarterly.
That is one thing about revenue.
Hey.
It keeps changing. It keeps changing. But it takes a man of integrity to change when the revenue changes. That's why I said I am in love with this man who is in charge now. Because the revenue of the state changed. He is able to increase our own allocation from 100 million to 400 million. That is a serious issue.
You're right, His Majesty. You're very, very right.
Hey, I'm telling you. And the money, as we speak, has been deposited with the microfinance bank. That is where the money should be and not in anybody's house.
That is it.
And you all will agree with me that the money will be used for the development of the kingdom. So you all are the elders who are representing the various villages we have. I need you to go back to your villages. You know the areas we have already touched. So I need you to go and identify the areas we have not touched. Brief me on all those areas, and then we are going to decide where we are going to spend the money.
That's why we are very proud of you, my king.
We are proud of you.
Yes. And that's why I am so delighted to have men like you that are working with me.
So, Your Majesty, and Your Majesty, when are we supposed to come back?
I think that is your call. I need you elders to go back to your various villages, like I said, identify the areas we have not touched. Then organize a meeting amongst yourselves and decide when we are going to meet again. Call me and let us fix the meeting. And the meeting is going to hold.
Igwe, while we are with this reconvening, after we would have gone to go and find out where you did not touch in the last development era, I think we should map out something for we the elders in council here now.
I know, listen, I know exactly where it's coming from. And I must have to let you know that I didn't forget. Because already I have approved with the manager of the microfinance bank that 3 million naira should be remitted to each of you.
I will not.
That is 3 million.
We have to develop our kingdom. Yes. We have no choice to develop this kingdom.
Babe?
You sent for me.
Yeah, I did. Please sit. I have something to show you.
What is it?
Yeah. Like I said, I call it the widow's scheme.
Okay.
Okay. I prepared it for the widows of our community. Right? And the basic or the objective of this scheme is to make sure that all the widows get paid at the end of the month. Okay, you can call it a salary, you can call it an upkeep or whatever. Okay, but the bottom line is at the end of the month, they get paid. At least money to take care of themselves and their children for those that have children.
Wow. I mean, that's thoughtful of you. But the question is, will the ruling class approve of it?
Of course, come on, why wouldn't they approve of it? Look, this community has so much money. Okay, so I see no reason they shouldn't approve of it.
The widows will be so happy to hear this.
I know. Well, I'm an activist, okay, and I'm here for them. Okay, I'll do whatever is best for them. In fact, this is like a calling to me. I've decided to answer the call.
You know, this community does not know they have a great son in you. I mean, you are a God's gift to them.
Come here. I don't even want them to know. Okay? All I'm doing is, I am committed to make sure that our people get the best. Okay? This community has so much money and we need to spend wisely. And how will you spend wisely? You spend it on the people.
Exactly. I am solidly behind you.
That's what I want to hear. Thank you.
Why have you chosen the path of change?
You're here.
Is this how you intend to live the rest of your life?
Come on, Mom. Do you know this is the only wrong thing I do? And I do this just to get high, and forget things.
That is the ideology created by the demon to destroy you youths. Don't you have shame? Don't you know that you are a woman? That you will get married tomorrow?
Of course I am a woman. Am I not dressed like a woman? I mean, I look like a woman. Come on. I am a woman with outstanding class. And even my enemies give it to me that I am above them.
Abigail, I don't think so. The only thing that makes you look like a woman is your dressing. Your attitude, your behavior, your mannerism don't depict that of a woman. A woman of class in that matter.
Okay, Mom, you lost me there. I don't understand.
Women don't take this. And in the quantity you gulp it. It is hard drink. It is hard spirit.
Oh, that. Well, actually, I am in this part of the world, but I am not of this part.
Abigail, I'm not joking. This is a serious matter. You are a royalty. You are royal blood, my daughter. Behave like one.
Okay, I've heard you, Mom. I will do something about it.
My eyes are on you. I am watching you.
If only they know the happiness this activates in my soul.
Babe,
Yeah.
I want us to take this relationship to the next level.
What do you mean by taking it to the next level?
Jim,
Hmm?
I want to make you my wife.
Babe, are you for real?
Yeah.
Oh my God, my darling. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Look, you mean the world to me. And I can go to any length to make sure that we live together forever.
Oh, my darling. You mean the world to me, and this is the best news I've ever heard in a long while.
Great. That means you help me check when the king would be free to meet my people and I.
All right, my darling. I'm going to ask my father so he can tell me the most suitable day for you to come with your people.
I trust your judgment completely. Really, I'll be expecting the feedback.
Okay, baby.
I love you, my angel.
And I love you even more.
Odilibe, from all indications, you cannot get this task done. And it will force me bringing in another person to do it.
No, my queen. I can do it. Yes.
It is over 5 months. And you have not come up with something meaningful. What is happening?
My queen, Princess Abigail is a very difficult person to deal with. But I know with time, I will get her. All I ask of you is little more time, my queen. Little more time.
Now listen, Odilibe. Time is what I do not have. Wasting time will make her become worse. At this stage of her life, she should be under a man. And that is the simple task I am begging you to perform for me. Some other guys would have done it with ease.
My queen, I will do it.
When?
Soon, my queen. Pretty soon.
Now let me state it categorically to you so that you understand where I am coming from. If after 2 weeks you don't woo her in, I will get another person to do it.
No, my queen, it has not gotten to that, my queen.
It has. And your time starts now.
How else am I going to make this girl to love me? She's just proving stubborn.
Your Majesty, this scheme is all about the suffering widows of our great kingdom. I have been privileged to encounter these widows several times, and we've had long conversations. And I can tell you for free that I know what these widows are going through. I know their pains. I know the torture they go through to put foods on their table, Your Majesty. I have even from my personal pocket tried to reach out to those women just to make them happy on a daily basis. But Your Majesty, you agree with me that I am just a man. I am limited to what I can do. I mean, I cannot reach out to all of them. That is what necessitated this scheme, Your Majesty. And Your Majesty, if you approve of this scheme, which I believe you will, in fact, I have faith in you that you will, because you are a king with a good heart who wants the best for his subject.
Thank you. Thank you.
Your Majesty, the suffering of these widows will be a thing of the past. In fact, it will be eradicated completely. I can assure you that. Secondly, Your Majesty, these widows will have a sense of belonging, knowing full well that what to eat is no longer a problem, Your Majesty. Thirdly, Your Majesty, the issue of widows always fighting with other women of this kingdom over their husbands will be eradicated completely. It will be a thing of the past. Your Majesty, there will be a peaceful coexistence between the widows and women whose husbands are very much alive, Your Majesty. Everything I have said here, Your Majesty, is a summary. It's an overview of what is contained in this file, Your Majesty. I want to plead that you take out your time out of your busy schedule to go through this scheme.
I must have to thank you for coming. And this is indeed a very wonderful idea. I feel the suffering of these widows. I feel their suffering so personally. And I can tell you for free that they have been through a whole lot. They have.
That means His Majesty agrees with me that the widows are suffering.
Well, Festus, it is going to be very unfair on my part to deny that I don't know the suffering of the widows we have in Adim. They are suffering. And it pains me in my heart because every other night I think on what I have to do to alleviate their suffering.
This is good to hear, Your Majesty. It actually shows that we are people of like minds.
Yeah.
Your Majesty, I can assure you that the only way to end this suffering of these widows is to approve of this scheme I just presented to you.
Well, I can assure you that this scheme is going to be approved. Like you said, I'm going to take my time to study this, find out how we can make it work. I will do that and I'll get back to you.
Thank you very much, Your Majesty. Thank you. So, when am I expected to hear from you?
Well, Festus, I am only a king. I have other men that I rule with. We call them the ruling class, the men in council, who are the representatives of all the villages we have in Adim. I will discuss this very idea with them, and then I'll get back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Your Majesty. I beg to take my leave now while I wait in anticipation for your reply.
Thank you for coming.
All right, Your Majesty.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. You will hear from me.
Long live Your Majesty.
Welcome. Welcome. This indeed is a brilliant idea. No doubt, it is going to be approved.
Very excited. What's the good news?
Help is on the way for the people of this land, the widows of this land.
I see. How do you mean?
Well, news has it that Festus has developed a scheme which he has presented to the king on how best to help the widows of this land.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So do you by chance have an idea what the content of this scheme is about?
Well, the sole aim of this scheme is to help the widows get a certain amount of money at the end of a month.
Okay, let me understand what you just said. The widows are meant to get a certain amount of money at the end of the month for doing nothing. That's why you're excited?
Come on, shouldn't I be excited? It is a progressive scheme aimed at helping the people of this land get better. If the king approves of this, it's going to go a long way in reducing hardship. poverty for the people of this land, especially the widows.
That's what you think. Well, look, if I were the king, I would not even approve or consider such kind of useless presentation.
Gunnar, why would you say a thing like that?
Look, the ideal thing is actually to make the widows productive and not consumers of people's common wealth.
You confuse me sometimes.
There is no need to be confused. What the widows need is a job and not free money. There's a conglomerate that the ruling class is controlling, and that conglomerate has a farm subsidiary. What the king should do is employ them, gainfully employ them into this subsidiary so they can work out the money and then get paid at the end of the month. I am not against paying them money, but they should be made to work for it because there is dignity in labor.
You have a point in what you just said. But the people will not see it that way, especially the widows. They would see that you're trying to block them from making money.
I do not care what anybody thinks. I just stand for the truth. What the widows need is a job. When they get a job, they would have a voice in the society. But if they don't get a job and you hand them money, they will be reduced to become parasites. Parasites of the powers that be. That is not good because it will take away their voices. That's what I'm talking about.
Look, darling, people will not like this truth.
I know. I know they won't like it. And that is why we are where we are in this country. Suppressing the truth because you want a certain amount of people to like you. That's not what I stand for. I stand for the truth because there is freedom and life in the truth.
Okay, my darling, I know the burden in your heart on helping the people improve. But my love, you have to take it easy, okay?
The truth has to be said. And I'm just saying the truth.
Good afternoon, Mom. Yes, good afternoon. You're all smiles.
Yes, Mom.
So, what's the good story?
Well, Mom, Aina has decided to take our relationship to the next level. So right now, Mom, he asked me to get the information of when he can come make his intentions clear to my people.
From all you just said, it means that you are still seeing that boy.
Yes, Mom. Is there any problem?
I told you something. The first day you mentioned his name.
Yes, I remember. But that's not reason enough for me to end the beautiful relationship we share, Mom.
It is more than enough reason. His father is your own father's arch-enemy. He won't even allow his son to marry you.
You don't get it. I love him and he loves me too. I can't.
Chizoba, I am not disputing that. But there are things superior to love. Imawalive.
Mom, please. Can you help me talk to Dad?
Talk to him. He is your own father. Talk to him.
Why are you doing this to me, Mom? What did I do wrong?
Chizoba, I won't talk to your father about that until you speak with him. Discuss with him. Let me know how to comment.
See, you're not going to avoid you for any reason.
But that's exactly what you're doing. I'll call you on phone. You won't pick your calls. You won't even return the calls when you see the missed calls.
Hey, come on.
I'll even send messages. You will not reply.
See, look, you know your man is a very busy man.
Oh, baby, come off it. Talking to you on a daily basis is of importance to us. That's if you want this relationship to grow.
Okay. All right, you know what? Sweetheart, look, I'm giving you my words, all right? I'll keep to communication. I'll keep communication with you, okay?
You've done this promise time with that number, and yet you don't keep it. So...
Babe, look, I'm serious this time around. I will.
Is that a promise?
Cross my heart. Yes, darling.
Thank you.
All right?
I feel like spending the rest of the day with you.
All right? Don't worry. Soon this will be
Your Highness, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon.
How are you?
Someone is jealous, right?
I'm jealous? No, I'm not. I'm just being careful.
I'll be doing with the maid when I have a Cleopatra in the house or something.
I don't trust these girls.
You don't trust her, right?
Not
That's
at
just
all.
a maid, okay? So I'll be going to the office later in the day. So this one you're saying that you follow me to the as in you say you want to spend the rest of the day with me. So I don't know. I'll be going to the office later on.
Am I not beautiful? I can go to your office. Who cares? We can go together.
Someone is very, very stubborn.
I'm not stubborn. It is
Right.
called sticking to your man. That's what I'm doing.
Sticking to mama, right? Ladies first.
Mm-hmm. Ah,
All right. So let's make a toast. I think we need to make a toast.
okay.
So the most beautiful Cleopatra in town.
Aww.
Right?
To the most humble prince.
You say that again.
Welcome back,
Thank you, my love. How are you?
So happy to come.
Perfect. Name, trust the fiancé. The king promised to give his strong consideration.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
The widows will hold you in high esteem forever.
Thank you, honey. I mean, what is my duty, okay? Is to make sure that not just the widow, but every member of this community remains happy. Mm-hmm.
Honey, you have a heart of God.
Thank you.
And God will continue to bless you.
Amen. And bless you too, okay? Bless you for standing by me always.
Amen. So guess what?
What?
Come on, just guess.
Honey, what? I can't guess. What is it?
Okay. I made your favorite meal.
Wow! Come here. Come here and thank you so much. Ah, so hungry. So, shall we? Shall we? Let's go. Thank
you. Father, this is a very nice scheme. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Same with me. You know, I am actually very impressed with this scheme that Festus brought up. Apart from other things listed, I am particularly interested in his interest to alleviate the suffering of the widows. That has been my interest, to make life easier for the widows we have in the kingdom.
Well, Father, but I seem to have a little problem with some elements of the scheme.
Okay, what are the areas you have problem with?
The amount stated per widow every month is on the high side, considering the number of widows stated on the paper.
Well, this is part of the reasons we are having this meeting. So, what are you suggesting?
Well, Father, based on the reality on ground, we suggest we pay 22,000 naira as against 50,000 naira suggested by Festus.
You have a point. You have a point. In as much as we have a lot of money in this kingdom, it shouldn't be a reason for us to blow all the money on just the widows. There are other things that we should equally touch. I agree with you.
All right, so Father, bet we have an agreement?
Yes, we have an agreement.
All right. So, Father, should I call the palace secretary to handle this, or you call Festus over by yourself and talk to him?
I should actually think that the palace secretary should be left out of this. Okay. This scheme is the shide of Festus's brain, and I'm thinking that he should be allowed to handle it.
All right, very Father, but it's a nice one actually.
Very nice one.
Very nice one, all right.
Hold on, Princess. It will be with you shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Please, what can I offer you?
I think water is fine.
Just water?
Yes, just water.
Okay, I'll be right back. Please, do I help you with this?
No, good. Thank you.
All right. It'll be with you soon.
Yeah.
Ah, Princess.
How?
So good to see you.
So good to see you too.
Yeah, please, sit.
Thank you.
You're drinking just water?
Yes.
Why is that?
I'm okay with water, thank you.
If you say so. So, to what do I owe this lovely visit?
I know you must have heard about the widow's scheme Festus proposed.
Yes, I have.
What's your take on that?
Well, Princess, if you ask me if I have my way, that widow's scheme will never see the light of day.
Why?
Because that scheme is actually designed to make our widows lazy, unproductive, and wasteful.
You know you're sounding weird, right?
I know. Well, let me break it down for you. Money is not actually supposed to be shared or handed on a platter. Money is supposed to be earned, invested, or better still, saved for the future. Designing that kind of scheme with the sole aim of paying widows at the end of the month, to me, should not be encouraged no matter who is proposing it. It is a total waste of scarce resources.
Interesting. You seem to be thinking further than all of us.
Well.
So what are you suggesting?
Well, this is what I'm suggesting. I was actually telling my woman that the community has a big business conglomerate that the ruling class is controlling. And this conglomerate comprises of the farm subsidiaries and the production subsidiary. If the king really wants to help the widows, what he should do is gainfully employ those widows into the sections, either the farm subsidiary or the production subsidiary. That way, they can work out this money that they intend to pay them. And they will also have a voice in the community. That's what I'm proposing.
Something very urgent came up. And that's why I called for this meeting.
We're waiting to hear about it, Your Majesty.
Festus Ibeneme, the same Festus we know, came with a proposal in form of a scheme.
Apologies, Your Majesty, for interrupting you. I thought the elders in council have agreed not to listen to anything Festus has to bring, so long as he has to oppose the men in council in the name of activism. Why are you bothered about what he brought?
Yes, Your Majesty. Festus has made it a point of duty to oppose you and your cabinet. making things we do here look like child's play before the people of the kingdom. To my own opinion, Your Majesty, I don't think we should be talking or discussing anything that has to do with Festus.
I don't agree with you on that. Festus should be given fair hearing. You cannot prosecute him behind his back. It's not possible. So as far as I'm concerned, we should hear what he has to say and know what to do.
Well, elders and council, I was the one who interacted with Festus. And I can tell us that based on what I now know, Festus has become a changed man. Yes, he came here with progressive ideas. He didn't come here with his usual antagonistic approach to issues. He was actually talking like a human being.
If you say so, Your Majesty, can we hear what he has brought?
Yes, look at the file here. He actually had, he came with a lowdown of, he actually itemized, presented in a very clear way, step by step of what he wants to do. Festus is taking a peep into the world of the widows of Adababomeme. He wants to create a scheme that will better their lives, take care of their needs, and put a smile on their faces.
If Festus is actually thinking of the widows, how to better their lives, Your Majesty, my fellow elders, it means Festus has something to offer. Brilliant idea, my king. The scheme will go a very long way in taking off the burden of the widows off our shoulders.
The scheme is a very good one, and I'm in full support.
You see, Your Majesty, maybe Festus has said that there's no gain fighting the king and his cabinet, so he has to change.
So, what should we do?
We will accept the scheme, and I suggest that the implementation starts as quickly as possible.
If he had always come up with this kind of idea, we wouldn't be at loggerheads with him.
Well, as a council, based on this feedback I am getting from you, I am going to implement the scheme. But I'm afraid there is a bet in the scheme.
And what is the but, Your Majesty?
As a council, the 50,000 naira he is proposing to be paid to each of the widows is on the high side. If we agree to pay that, we may not be able to sustain that payment. So, I am thinking that the best thing for us to do is to cut it down to 22,000 naira payable to each of the widows. Maybe we can pick it up from there.
Your Majesty, you have a point. 22,000 is an ideal, is a perfect one. We go for 22,000.
No problem. As long as each widow has something to go home with at the end of every month, I accept it.
Oh, of course. Once we accept to do this, I am going to monitor it and be sure that every widow gets 22,000 naira at the end of the month. And I am equally suggesting that the men in council will approve. Let Festus be the one who will manage this scheme. The reason being that it is actually the side of his brain.
I agree with you, my king. Since he's the one that created the scheme, I think he should champion the cause. Because there is no other one that will have that experience more than himself. So we should allow him to take charge.
So we have an agreement on this in council?
It's all right.
Mbombo yeti mere, namaga
Greetings, beautiful women of our kingdom.
Greetings, great son of the sun. Hey!
You came to my house unannounced. I hope all is well.
Festus, in fact, I don't know how to start. We are full of excitement. We actually, some of the widows that are around, we came to thank you specially for the widow scheme you initiated. Yes. Festus, you don't know how you're about to put smiles on our faces. At least, all those embarrassment of, all this unnecessary embarrassment of begging to feed our children will stop. 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 You don't know what you have done.
Well, noble women of our kingdom, I have met some of you personally. Okay, so I understand how you strive to survive. I understand what you go through. Okay, I have even from my personal pocket bring out money to reach out to some of you. But come on, how long will I continue doing that? Of course, I will not be able to reach out to all of you. Okay, that is why I came up with this scheme. Okay, and God willing, the king is going to approve of it, and by the end of every month, you all will be paid.
No more begging to feed. Hey, hey, Festus, this is too much. God will bless you. God will bless your going out and your coming in. No evil eye shall see you. Hey. In fact, the woman you're going to make your wife will never experience the widowhood till she gets of age. In fact, she will not die.
Well, noble women of our kingdom, the truth is, I have not even started. I mean, I have so much plans for you, okay? I have lots of good plans for you. This is just the beginning. Let's start from this one first, and we'll see how it goes.
You have really tried now. God bless
Who has done this
you.
for us before? I am so happy about the widow scheme. I'm even happier that you approved it.
But if you know, I have no reason not to approve this scheme. I made a promise to our people when I become the king that I will do everything within the law to make life easier for them. And that is what I am doing. I am committed to that. I cannot look down on the people.
You are right. Even if it is the very last thing you do for the people, you have done noble, my husband.
Listen, we are privileged as a people that we have oil, blessed by God with oil. And then we have a very credible government in place, a government that understands that it is important to give back to the communities that are contributing to the revenue. Give them back part of the revenue for them to take care of themselves. That is what the government has done for us, and we have a duty to make life better for our people with that same money.
Yes, I agree with you. And Chizoba wanted to speak with you. Have you met with her already?
No? Is there a problem?
Not really, just father and daughter discussion.
But I wouldn't understand why it has become a topic for discussion. Chizoba can always come to me and open up any discussion she wants to have with me. Why is it appearing as if she's scared of coming to discuss with me?
Your Majesty, she's not scared. Have you forgotten that you are the king?
I am the king, but she is the daughter of the king. So she has to feel free with the king. And moreover, she was already my daughter even before I became king. So why would she be scared?
It's true.
From the feelers I am getting, everyone is super excited about the scheme, the widow scheme that Festus initiated. And if you go to the king and speak against this, your opinion will spread like wildfire. And that, my love, will not be good for your
I am
reputation.
not bothered about what people think about me out there. I don't care what they think about my reputation. All right? I just need to talk with the ruling class. And once they listen to me, I would help them see or visit areas that they have not visited in that scheme. Then they would get the point.
Are you even thinking about the widows? If you go ahead with what you're planning, that would be you standing in the way of the widows.
Have you been listening to all I've been saying?
I have been listening. But sweetheart, I am concerned.
Concerned about what?
People will lay curses on you. They will say all sort of things about you. And I do not want anything bad to happen to you.
You don't have to worry about me because nothing will happen to me. After all, Festus is, always fighting against the ruling class and whatever idea that they bring that is good. Why has he all of a sudden come up with a scheme?
Attacking the royal family is none of your business.
It is my business. It is our business.
How so?
If Festus keeps attacking the royal family and he brings them down, sweetheart, we are all going down.
We know he's not going to do that.
Look, you do not know Festus like I do. I know what he's capable of doing. Okay? And I do not want you thinking that I'm fighting him because I am against him. That's not why I'm doing this. I am only concerned about the growth of my land, and I will do anything to protect it.
Well, Abigail, as should I say, we are all here, and everyone is ready to listen to you. So, if there is anything you want to say, go ahead and say it because it is late already. Somebody like me, I want to retire to my room and sleep.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out this night. I appreciate you all. Recently, the entire kingdom has been thrown into frenzy via the wave of the widow scheme proposed by the kingdom's activists, who we all know is the enemy of the royal family.
Point of correction, Abigail. Festus is not an enemy. He's an activist who always voices out his mind, trying to protect the people by engaging the ruling class through genuine argument.
Because he has blinded everyone into believing that he's a good man who has the people's interest at heart.
Abigail, what exactly are you up to? He is fighting for the people, and that's why I like him.
Same here. Listen, as much we disagree with his way of achieving things, he has always spoken the truth.
You see, Abigail, like I said before, it is late. If there is anything you want to say, can you go ahead and say it?
I understand that, but I have reasons to believe that the widow scheme proposed by the activists is shrouded with ulterior motive. He does not have the people's interest at heart.
How do you mean?
I may not categorically state his ulterior motives, but I know someone who can.
Who is that person?
Ugonna.
Can you see what I'm saying? It is so clear you don't have anything to say. You're not serious.
Dad, please, can you listen to me? I've spoken at length with Ugonna, and believe me, he knows this scheme more than everyone. Just give him a chance.
It is too late already. As we speak, I have already approved the scheme. And we have released the money for the scheme. So what you're saying is too late.
We all know that Ugonna has made himself an enemy to Festus, so I'm not even surprised why he kicked against this beautiful scheme we all are happy about. Yeah.
Your Majesty, to avoid all these long discussions, why not invite Ugonna here? Let him come and tell us why he thinks the widow scheme is bad. Trust me, he will end up fooling himself.
Well, if you feel that is what we're supposed to do, yeah, we are going to do that. Abigail, send for him. Ask him to come to the palace tomorrow by 11 a.m. and speak with me. And if possible, I will actually get some of the elders to be in that meeting.
Thank you, Daddy, for granting me this one. I promise you will not regret it.
All right. So can we all be there to our rooms?
Yeah, sure. You can all go. Thank you so much for coming. Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Baby, for the past 2 hours, you've been on these documents. What's going on?
Babe, it's a business plan. I've been on it for a while now, okay? But I think it's time to execute it.
What kind of business? I thought you said you were broke. And I know you don't lie with such things. Where then will you get the money for the business?
Relax, babe. Relax. Okay? Look, a huge amount of money is coming in. Okay? As a matter of fact, it's going to hit my account soon, and everything will change.
Is there something you're not telling me?
If there's any, means it's something you don't need.
Baby,
Yeah?
if you are expecting that kind of money, I feel you should let me know about it.
Dress himself an angel, but right inside
Can you get me
him
something?
lies his evil plans. This man is mischievous, yeah. But the more you look at him, is the less you will see.
Ugonna. Yes, ma'am. Abigail, my daughter, told me that you are against the widow's scheme that Festus proposed.
Your Majesty, I'm not against the widow scheme. I just have a different way that we can go about it.
Exactly the reason you are invited to appear before the elders and council. Can you tell us this contrary opinion you have that is going against the widow scheme that we have proposed?
Well, from my perspective, this scheme is designed to make our widows very lazy. And like we all know, lazy people are a parasite to the society because they depend solely on the commonwealth of the people. Instead of paying these widows a certain amount of money at the end of the month, you can actually employ them into the farm and manufacturing subsidiary of the conglomerate. I mean, these widows are very industrious. They will work out the money that is supposed to be paid to them because there is dignity in labor. And then my major grouse with this scheme is that it has the propensity of making some women to consider killing their husbands just to benefit from this scheme. I am sure you all haven't thought about it from that angle.
What? I did not think of it from that angle.
I was told that Festus proposed 50,000 naira per widow before you cut it down to 22,000 naira. Well, let us all do the maths. From my record, we have about 1,000 widows. If you pay 1,000 widows in this community 22,000 naira, that's about 22 million naira at the end of the month. If you multiply that by a year, that's over 260 million naira to be paid to each widow at the end of the year. Your Majesty, we can actually use 260 million naira to establish a good and viable production company that these widows can work and earn money for themselves. It will not only be good for them, but it will also make our economy very productive. Your Majesty, this is what a lot of developed countries do to develop their economies. Your Majesty, this is what I'm proposing.
I'm on my way home.
Oh no. Do you know that this boy is full of wisdom? Eh? I never thought the scheme this way.
Wait, does it mean Festus has not zero motive to this scheme?
That is what it looks like. And if that is the case, we will pressurize the king not to approve the scheme.
See, let us not be in a haste to agree with Ugonna. Festus may have some more clarification to make.
Do you know that when that boy talked about women killing their husband, I knew he was talking about me.
It's your fable.
I know what I'm talking now.
Why can you talk about your wife like that?
Wait,
you mean your wife can actually kill you because of this scheme?
Are you the one to tell me about the woman I married?
I'm just
See,
asking.
my wife can do anything because of money.
It is too harsh for you to speak of your wife like that.
Exactly.
For how much? How much is the money?
We would want you to withdraw that statement.
I owe no apology to anybody, not even my wife. I know the woman I married. What is this?
Is it that bad?
It worse than that. In Ajo.
Hey. Listen, Ugonna was right in everything. I must be honest with us. Right in everything.
But this is confusing. On the other hand, we saw the scheme as the best thing that would happen. Right now, on this hand, we're seeing it as the worst thing that will ever happen to us.
Diego. So, Your Majesty, what do you think?
More reason I called for this meeting. Because honestly, I need to hear us speak. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking.
I think we were in a haste to have accepted the proposal in the first place. We would have made consultations before consenting to it.
I suggest you allow it to run for some months before thinking otherwise, since you have placed your seal on it. I learned there was joy in widows' camp when they learned about the scheme, especially your approval.
What I understand from this whole thing is that Ugonna is right. And Festus, as always, is wrong.
Abigail, I know you've always disliked him, but you shouldn't capitalize your judgment on that. Come on.
Whatever, the most important thing is that Ugonna has been given a chance to express himself. Now we know that the scheme needs further scrutiny.
Hey, and that is the word. I think that is exactly what I'm going to do. We are going to put this entire scheme on hold and then reduce everything to thorough scrutiny.
You don't look happy. What is the problem?
I have done my best for the widows of this land. The rest is left for you and your people to perfect.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
I was rightly informed that Ugonna went to the king to kick against the widow's scheme.
What? Why will he do that?
I don't know. I guess reasons best known to him.
So, what do you suggest we do now?
Are you asking me? No, you don't know what to do to curtail the excesses of a stupid fool who don't know how to keep his mouth shut. I mean, always poke-nosing in things that does not concern him. Listen, you better act fast. You better act fast to save this project.
Hey, Ugonna. But I was thinking this Ugonna is a good man. Why will he be doing this?
This man is mischievous, yes. But the more you look at him, is the less you will see. He's not a friend of the kingdom.
Babe? Babe? Oh, you're in the kitchen. How are you?
You're back.
Yes, I am. How are you?
I'm fine, darling.
Oh, thank you so much. Did you cook something?
Yes, I did.
Well, look, come here.
Welcome,
I was very ticklish. How are you, my love?
I'm fine.
You look great.
Thank you. So, tell me about it. How did it go?
It went well.
Talk to me.
Well, the ruling class Saul reasons with me that that scheme isn't what the widows need right now.
So are you saying the king is cancelling the scheme?
I don't know, but I only showed him the deceit inherent in that scheme. Whatever he wants to do, it has his discretion.
Babe, I hope the widows don't take this out on you.
I pray so too.
I did. Festus. Need I remind you that you have never in your life had the privilege of having a conversation with these widows? I mean, having a long discussion with them. You do not know their suffering. You do not know what they go through to put food on their table. I do. You are comfortable. They are not. They are suffering, Gunnar. They are suffering. I have, from my personal pocket, met with 1 or 2 of them. I know what they go through. I know their sufferings. I know their pains. Ugonna, I'm not going to warn you again. Stay the hell away from my scheme. It is because of their suffering I brought up this scheme. Ugonna.
Look, Festus, it doesn't matter who came up with the idea. The question here is, how does this scheme of yours impact on the widows and the kingdom?